Okay, so if you're a leader in a Jewish organization, or maybe you're a school marketer, you know the drill. You're on the front lines of social media every single day, right? You're posting about events, you're celebrating milestones. You're working so hard to capture the spirit of your community. But there's a question that goes way deeper than just getting likes and shares.
And that question is this: is what we post actually serving our community? That's really what we're going to dig into today. And to do that, we're going to see this whole thing through the eyes of Rochie Popack, a Jewish school marketer from Designs Exclusively Yours. She ran right into this exact problem and came away with this profound insight that I think can transform how all of us tell our community's story. For Rochie, it all started with this one feeling. She was watching a video, a piece of content that was supposed to celebrate this beautiful community moment. But as she watched it, she found herself, waiting. Just waiting for something that never actually showed up on screen. So let's picture the scene together. The ground's covered in this fresh, quiet blanket of snow. A rabbi is way up high on a fire department lift, and his voice is carrying the traditional blessing right next to a public menorah. I mean, it's a proud, visible, and just deeply sincere moment of Jewish life. On the surface, you'd think, this is perfect content. But Rochie, she paused. And what's so interesting here is that she never, not for a second, questioned how meaningful the moment itself was. Of course it was powerful for the people standing right there in the snow. The real question was about translation. Could someone watching this on their phone, someone who wasn't there to feel the cold or hear the blessing echo, could they truly connect with the heart of it? And this right here, this is the brilliant distinction she made. There's a huge difference between a recap and a story. A recap just shows what happened. It's basically a log of an event. It totally relies on the viewer having been there to fill in all the gaps of emotion and atmosphere. A story, though, a story shows why the moment matters. It doesn't need you to have been there. It creates an emotional context and invites you right into the feeling. And that's when it hit her. That's what Rochie realized she was waiting for. It wasn't about a bigger spectacle or some more impressive event. No, it was something much simpler, much more human. It was proximity. That feeling of being close, of sharing an experience with other people. It was the feeling of community itself. So what does proximity even look like in a photo or a video? Well, for Rochie, it meant seeing people gathered together, all bundled up against the cold. It meant shifting the focus of the camera to capture faces reacting to the blessing, not just the person giving it. It's about showing that sense of shared participation. And hey, even if it's just a quiet collective presence that says, we are here together, that's the stuff. And this is the crucial cultural insight that was guiding her thinking. See, a blessing isn't just about the words being spoken. In Jewish life, it's about the collective amen that comes after. It's that shared response, the community's affirmation, that turns a personal moment into a communal one. The video showed the blessing, sure, but it was totally missing the amen. Think about it. In real life, our senses do all the work, right? We feel the cold, we hear the crowd, we sense that shared energy in the air. But online, that screen is a barrier. People can only feel what we explicitly show them. So as marketers and storytellers, our job is to translate that full sensory experience, not just document that an event happened. Now, let's look at a different example that makes this whole lesson crystal clear. Around the same time, another school shared a video with Rochie. This one also had a menorah lighting in the cold, but this time the camera wasn't focused on the spectacle, it was focused on the kids, capturing their joyful faces as they sang the blessings together. It was all about the shared warmth of the people there. And the caption they chose? It perfectly captured the story. It may be cold outside, but the warmth here is real. See what they did? It acknowledged the external environment, the cold, but immediately pulled the viewer's attention to the internal feeling, the warmth of community. It wasn't just showing an event, it was showing what it felt like to be there. It was an invitation. So how can we actually apply Rochie's process to our own work? It really boils down to this simple 3-step framework. First, just pause. Before you post, ask yourself, is this a recap or is this a story? Second, consciously look for proximity. Find the faces, find the shared reactions, find those visual clues of community. And third, find that amen moment, that shot that shows the community responding, not just observing. This really is the fundamental shift in mindset. We've got to move from being reporters of events to being storytellers for our community. We have to stop just documenting what happened and start focusing on inviting people to feel what it was like to be part of it. I mean, that is the work that actually builds connection and belonging.
So the next time you're about to post something, just remember Rochie's pause. Wait for the crowd. Look for the shared response, the communal warmth. Don't just show the moment, reveal the life that's happening all around it. Because when we tell the true story of our community, that's when we truly make it matter.